The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Okay, so Morris Media Live.
Okay. Morris Media Live in the building.
Morris Media Live.
Coming to you live from Leimert Park, Crenshaw District.
Yes, sir.
If you aren't from Los Angeles and you don't know, look it up.
That is the place to be.
It's where they filmed the beginning of Moesha.
Yeah.
Where she dancing in front of the fountain and shit. That's where we
at. Eat to the hey, right. So, anyway. Welcome to You Got 15 Minutes.
Welcome.
I am Jay Green.
And I'm G.
And it's your boy JP.
And we are back again. I know you guys probably missed us. It's been a little while since we've been here.
We had an extra week off.
Yeah, we did, because it was 5 weeks that month. Which I'm not going to complain. Cause
I didn't like it.
It was Gemini season, so I just felt like it was extra. It elongated it. Yeah, motivated. I had like 5 weekends to turn out.
That's true, but we really only turned up one.
It's fine. Look, I was turned up.
But the last episode, we didn't have you.
I was out.
Yeah, so that's why it feels extra weird, because he hasn't been here.
It's been
listen to action, everyone. Listen, I was at the house like, my fucking voice is terrible. I don't feel right. And they was here, and I wasn't here, and I called in. I was like, damn, I want to just be there and talk about something.
You were here in spirit.
Yeah.
And that's, that's what matters. But I really just like miss being here. I missed y'all.
Well, welcome back.
Y'all welcome back too, because y'all had just came back from Atlanta.
Yeah, we did.
Right.
Yeah, and it was cool.
And that's what's up. That's what's up, man.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, we're back.
How was you guys' fourth?
I mean, you mean how was his fourth? Because we were together. So,
true.
How was your fourth?
Oh, I love that. Spotlight. My fourth was cool. Went to go visit some family. Haven't seen in a cool little minute.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Pancho Zulu. You know where you at, baby. And yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Kicked it with my folks, man. I was
fireworks.
Chill. A little bit. I mean, I wasn't really in tune this year. I just simply because I guess if you're from Southern California, you live around the way a little bit.
Fireworks.
It's fireworks start in June.
Yeah.
Maybe May.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the shit starts on New Year's and it's just throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
And that shit don't stop.
Yeah, the Lakers went.
Dodgers
went.
It doesn't matter.
Again,
yeah.
and it's just like every night, I'm so used to it. So I'm like, hey, ooh, lights now. Oh, there's more.
No,
but, okay.
I knew I was old this year because when I was driving, I was like, ooh, it's loud. Ooh. I was like, oh, what's that bright? And then I need glasses, and it was nighttime, so I was like, oh.
Did you drive slower than
Nah, I just was on my I gotta get home. I was like, because I drove from my house in Paramount out to LA, and then I'm like, let me hurry up and go back to Paramount.
Had a free fireworks show.
Paramount, the whole freeway,
Anybody
whole time.
that had bought a ticket to watch fireworks that night, they're hating on you right now.
Yes, because I saw
that shit for free.
I saw it all.
See, this is why y'all need to come to LA, man.
Yeah, it was burnt out though.
It's cool
because they have been having fire, and I have two neighbors that one is on a corner, so they have like a really big yard, and then I have one that's like 3 houses and across the street down. So they have parties every other weekend, and they set off fireworks for the entire time I've been living there.
Yeah.
So my dogs were just going crazy, and it was just loud, and I was just kind of like. So then when I was driving home, I was just like, now it's even more. Now it's even more lit. So I put in earplugs, like the ones that go in your ears, and then I had my headphones on top of that.
Right.
And I just laid out all right, I'm just going to see what happens after all the fireworks are over. But other than that, that was,
because we went the street after?
No, they left all that shit out there. Unless the Paramount street people came and cleaned it, because I saw hella shit, and I was like, whatever.
What's up with South Central people? If I could really ask this question, why do we not sweep our curb and the size of that shit when we're done?
South Central residents.
A million
tap in
323-815-4209.
I mean 04.
04. 04.
Okay. Boo. But We didn't go see fireworks. We were actually here in Leimert.
Yeah, we came to Leimert.
Smooth.
That was nice.
It was pretty cool. It was I liked it because usually we go to the beach or like we find a barbecue or like something like that. But this year we were just like, yeah. So it was cool. It was like a regular Sunday.
Because I had been going to Leimert. Like, I've been trying to go more often on Sunday because I'm off, which I was never usually off on Sunday. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, so I was like, okay, I'm going to just stick to my usual routine. But it was nice, though, because I thought it would be, like, kind of weird or, like, people would take the day off or, like, do something. But it was still just
It was a good amount of people. Like, it wasn't overly crowded like Juneteenth. It wasn't like that. But it was more like, okay, this is just some trucks and seemed like more regulars and, like, people that probably were like, is Leimert gonna be cracking today or not? Kind of like
that were just like
so it wasn't
just on some chill.
It wasn't that crowded. And then low key, you know, the park part hasn't been open for very long. It's only maybe like this year, some months, something like that. But I hadn't been inside the park, and I was telling her since I was like a little kid. So to like be inside now since they're letting people back in, I was like, and they're having all this like, oh man, like we're finally back in Leimert, like you know,
right.
So it was really cool. It was really fun though.
Yeah. Then after that, we left and went to the club.
Yeah. Then we went to the bar.
So then, and we went downtown too. So I realized like I didn't really see that many fireworks. Like. See them.
No, because we
were like within buildings.
We could just hear them.
We could hear them.
Yeah.
But it was like I didn't really see that many. Like how people had videos. I was like, I don't have any videos, any fireworks this year.
We just sat there hearing
the
boom.
I had like some half intoxicated videos out the window. Like, oh, look at the fireworks. But it was like just street signs and like it was like, what is this?
It's all blurry. Like,
did she get one? Is
that one? I was like, I get some footage. It was like as soon as I want to record, all the fireworks stop.
Right.
It happens like that sometimes.
But it was
We'll be enjoying more fireworks in Los Angeles
for the rest of the summer.
September.
Right. They're going to be like, school started, kids going back to school. Fireworks. They're going to be any chance they can get, just the fireworks. But
you're going to hear them sporadically over the rest of the course of 2021, I guarantee.
What I think is crazy is that they put up all these signs. Like, I know in my neighborhood, there's all these signs. And where I work, there's lots of signs saying, like, fireworks are illegal in this city, like blah blah blah. So where are all the police when the fireworks is going on?
They trying to duck for cover
because
be aiming them at them.
It's like they swear they put all this time into like promoting and like putting up signs all the city and shit and all this money, and then I didn't see no police on the 4th of July.
Like, I'm just here so I don't get fired.
Pretty much, yeah. I feel like all the cops at this point. No offense to anybody that's a cop or that's family's a cop and you know all that, but like I feel like at this point, police are just kind of like. Bruh, I'm here.
Like, unless you bleeding or you got it on camera, I don't care.
Right. They were looking for two things, okay? And
the money and the drugs.
Guns and the narcotics. And if you have those two things, it's a wrap. Other than that, they ain't really, I mean, guess they just, if they want to press the line, I mean, you got to catch someone lighting the firework and then pull them over.
Yeah, they have to see you in the act. But then what about the neighbor, though?
You know what I mean? They're going to pull, it's just too much going on. I'd rather not do it.
Guess.
If I was a cop, I would not, I'd be chilling too. Somewhere smoking.
I'm not trying to have to sit and write paperwork for things that I did as a child. Like, you know, when you was a kid, you was already lighting fireworks. Now you got the nerve to be driving through the hood giving tickets. Come on, man.
Well, I seen a video on Facebook and it said somebody done gave the kids incense. I'm like, that'd be me.
Here, take this.
Take this butt naked.
It's lit up, right?
And they were out there like, and they were just, did you see the little red tip just burning? No
Shout out to the parents that thought of that were like, yeah, this is a sprinkler. It's a sparkler. You see it sparkling.
I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, they don't need no sparklers anyway. I'd be looking like, that's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Like,
they're learning. They're learning how to, manage explosives and shit.
No. Nah, man.
I mean, they like that girl that got her face blown off.
Yeah, and when they set off like the box, like the whole box on fire, those pieces go flying and people get hit with shit.
I've got hit in the head.
Or your car.
Or your car. Like, yeah, nah. Yeah. I was like, When I was leaving, near my neighborhood, I had to drive down the street that had like, fireworks and stuff, and people were setting them off, and I was like, man, what if I just don't drive fast enough? Like, what if I'm just happens to not? Yeah, and like, excuse me, and they light that shit, and it's hits my shit.
That's what I'd be worried of.
Or ricochet or like
or just anything.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
But luckily, we didn't have to deal with any of that. We had a safe 4th of July. I didn't hear any bad stories. I don't know if anybody else heard.
Yeah, no.
I didn't hear too much. So I didn't see anything on my timeline that,
Nobody got arrested, shot, or killed.
Yeah,
Nothing,
so I guess it was a pretty
it's
good.
a successful weekend in Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
I guess because we finally were outside, everyone was like, don't fuck this up.
Yes.
Before they put us on lockdown
Yeah.
again.
We got to put masks on.
I like this shit again. I forgot what this was like.
Exactly. Like, this was like,
You know, I lost my mojo all the time. I'm back and I feel like I got it today. Hello. And I was,
Hello, that's how I was
let's not
feeling
fuck this
like-
up,
Right.
people.
I was like,
back
I'm
out in the world.
outside. Yes.
Let's keep up the good work. Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But wash
I
your
love it.
hands.
But wash your
vigorously.
hands and keep your hand sanitizer.
You know,
And
keep doing the things that you taught over the last.
yeah, don't forget to still be clean. Just because Corona's like
'Cause
chilling.
the Delta's here, though. The Delta.
I don't even
Corona.
know what that is.
It's the new Corona strain that's supposed to be like worse than before. I forgot where they said it came from. India, somewhere.
If it's worse,
The
how
Delta
come?
Corona. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
I don't even want to. I don't even
Delta
want to go
sounded
into
like
that.
Delta was like.
And I guess apparently people
Corona's
that are
big brother.
vaccinated for COVID-19 are still getting it. Like it's
yep.
supposed to be stronger.
Just saying. That's why I didn't jump to go get the vaccination. But
I'm just
anyways,
saying,
I don't know if
it's
you guys
not
want to dig in there.
FDA
But
approved, but what do I know?
so,
Right.
Yeah.
On to other news.
on to other news.
Learn something new every day.
Let's talk about your boy Bill Cosby. He got released. Let's talk about that real quick. For those of you that don't know, Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Right. He was released because I guess, what was it, in a previous something that was signed by another
judge
case
or something
that
by
he
the
couldn't be
prosecutor.
prosecuted? That's not a word. Prosecuted for this.
We create words sometimes. though.
Sometimes when your brain is just like, yeah. And so, yeah, he apparently can't get prosecuted for this because of something else some other thing that happened.
Apparently, it was something
Right.
like they made a deal with the other judge and
Yeah.
prosecutor that if he testified against himself, that they would drop the charges
Yes.
against him. But then that prosecutor,
The
I don't
judge,
know if
he
they
died.
said he died,
He
yeah,
died.
whatever it was. So then he got a new prosecutor.
Yeah. Prosecutor? See, I started
so
a
you
word
got
by
me doing it.
accident.
So
Star words.
then the new guy, I guess, reopened the case or represented it or however that works.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, go ahead. And apparently Bill Cosby told on himself. And then that's when they released him. But I guess apparently, I don't know. They said he seemed like, but I guess they said he admitted to some cold
Did
stuff.
you see the video of him leaving
the prison? I saw when he
the
arrived at
courthouse?
home.
No, did you
No,
see
I
the
didn't see that.
video when he was like,
I saw
No.
stills.
you didn't see it?
Yeah.
He made the pudding face.
He was looking like, y'all thought you got me?
Right. But,
Y'all
hey,
ain't finna get me? And kept it pushing.
he had that like.
He did the Drake step.
He
that-
did.
All
It was
that.
No,
amazing.
he did the Meek Mill out that
It
joint.
was
All time.
amazing. It was amazing.
They freed.
They
freed Bill.
Cosby.
Bill, like, I'm out here
Dr.
finna live my
Huxtable.
best hot boy life for the rest of it. He like, Pill Man, come through. I'm out. He hella right. Like, what are you out here doing?
What are you gonna do now? And how much are you gonna pay him
He
to
finna
interview?
make a little expose
I mean,
book
he
or
gonna
something.
make a little money though.
A little.
Because you know
He's
why?
gonna make a lot of
They gonna put some
money.
money in his
But
pocket
then
for
now
sure.
they can't charge him for anything.
No.
Because if they do, it's double jeopardy.
Yeah,
so you can't
so
get
he's-
charged for anything you've already been cleared
He's
of.
straight
Yeah, AKA Pill Man come through. It's lit.
forever.
Bill Cosby, where you at, man?
He's
I
out
want to give you
here.
a shout out, man.
He's out here, and it's him and OJ.
Listen,
They finna meet up and have drinks. Okay, I would pay to watch. They need to go on LeBron's
they
show.
should have a podcast.
He's like, let's go on the boom boom room.
on everything. Somebody should just get them two in the podcast.
Oh God, let's get him on.
Wait.
the line.
Since you brought up another podcast, have you ever seen hot boxing
Yeah.
with Mike Tyson?
Yeah,
Have you ever watched it?
I've
I was
seen
thinking
little
about that's the
spurts
perfect
of it.
person to have them in the middle of those.
He'd be like,
two.
ow, so
That's just
what do you
perfect.
think?
But he is so real.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He be spilling some real shit, and I'm
Yeah.
like, go ahead, Mike
It's like,
Tyson.
For real.
it's like, is that Mike Tyson?
It's like, who
that's
daddy
really-
is
that's
that?
really him?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So this is what you.
I
have
love
to say
it. I
when
love that
someone
podcast.
listens?
But that's what I thought of when you just said that.
It's
I'm
weird.
like,
I
that's
thought Mike
exactly.
Tyson would be the perfect person to put. Come on now, you know what I'm saying?
This is why we brought JP on, you
Come on
guys.
now.
This is why he came on board.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, Just as a side note. But yeah, if you guys don't know and you guys haven't seen, this is not an ad, but hey, hot boxing with Mike Tyson, it's pretty dope. Yeah. He does a lot of interviews and it's in black and white, which I think is awesome.
Right.
Oh, it's always
and for the cannabis users, they promote cannabis on the show.
It's pretty
so you guys will love it, and I think y'all love it as much as you love us.
Not as much though.
Maybe a little bit more. So also, since we're on celebrities, did you guys hear about Tabitha and Wendy?
How you doing?
So what happened with that?
So Wendy, with her messy ass, tried to pretty much speak on the fact that Tabitha's husband is retiring from LAPD because he didn't want to put his life on the line anymore. He's too old and like on some like retire and live your life and we can chill. And she was like excited about it. Obviously, who wouldn't be excited? Their partner's retiring from their career or whatever. And so then Wendy was on some like pretty much like you're retiring and like threw some kind of like shade about her husband and like I can't remember exactly what she said, but the shade was thrown and then Tabitha came back with a very poised response, which in all was on some like, I'll pray for you because what we have over here is real love and you guys didn't do your because your marriage didn't do that well and your version, like I pray that someone loves you the way you need to be loved and someone does what you deserve because we're good over here. And like
side note, Wendy Williams was photoed out with Ray J.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
But I was like, that makes total sense because he used to mess with Whitney. So I'm like, oh, he liked the OGs.
Ray J likes the ones
women
that are not all there when they're going through something because he's a Captain Save a Hoe ass nigga.
Well, he's the one that want to cuddle and listen to your problems.
Yeah, he just needs just one wish. Like that's
okay,
it.
baby. And
Ray J liked to control him. He liked the ones he could control in the moment.
That's because Ray J's the baby and he's been.
You know,
Brandy's little brother, and you know what I mean. And I think that he wishes he was just a bigger in total, which is why he be doing all these endeavors, which is why he's like putting his hands everywhere because he's like, where am I gonna fit in at? When am I not gonna be Brandy's little brother? You know what I mean?
Wants to be relevant.
Mm-hmm.
You know
he wants the but still, I give Ray J all his props for all the things that he's like gotten himself into, like the scooty bikes and those headphones and like
the glasses.
Yeah, and the glasses, like everything that he does is like, oh, okay, he does well, even if it's not like as mainstream as we would expect, like Beats by Dre headphones or some shit like that.
People be ordering on Amazon.
Exactly, and it's just not on a commercial like on TV, so we think it's not popular, but it's like
it still be selling.
Yeah, but the fact that he was seen out with her back to Tabitha makes it even more like. So what's really going on?
Right.
And why do you feel like you can speak on somebody else's husband when you
and he don't even be out there in like he's on the scene with her, but he's on the scene like this is my wife, not like this is our channel. Like he does not care about that. So it's like, why are you even coming for him? And he's not trying to be in that limelight. He doesn't want that attention, like that tabloid attention. Like, but you're just out here bored. You know she's
and you're coming for somebody that doesn't even Tabitha doesn't even.
Yeah,
she's on
that's
some
not
like
even her angle.
Right.
So what's Wendy's issue though? I'm not clear.
She made a comment about like why he was retiring, and like basically insinuated that like the nigga's not gonna be shit now that he retired. Like like he's gonna do like it's like
living off of her or
like
something like
yeah
that.
Like it was like shade and it was like it was uncalled for
bitter...
pretty much because bitch your husband ran off with the other heifer and had a baby.
I promise I wouldn't say the B word on live. Yeah,
I say it, but I was trying to be respectful.
Sound like some bitter.
I was trying to be respectful.
Some bitter, unstable creature activity right there.
That's literally what it was. Man. And it was like, Wendy, I get it. She tries to reach like for stuff, but like certain people like stay in your lane. Find like go to the drama. That's not drama.
Like,
her being
take toxicity to some shit.
Her
like
being
that,
proud about her husband retiring and you trying to make drama out of it and trying to drag her, even if it was like not a full blown drag, you tried to just like tug.
Because she comes with it though.
Mind the business that pays you, Wendy.
That's pretty much yeah.
Yeah.
That was
keep
lit.
it Tabitha.
Right. It was very like, oh wow. and everybody was talking about it, and it was kind of not a good look. And then you came out with Ray J. So
and he had a little like Boosie fade, and it was like orange and red or something, or like burgundy. I don't remember, but his hair was dyed, and I was like,
good.
Y'all look a whole mess, and her ankles was looking hella fat, and now she don't be wearing her little heels and stuff. I don't know what's wrong with what her medical condition is or whatever, but sometime after she fell out, she did stop wearing heels, and
because her ankles fucking them little bitty legs can't hold up all that.
Now she has to, like, they be swelling, like something's wrong with them. For sure.
Well, prayers to Wendy and whatever her and her ankles are going through, but don't come for people,
especially Tabitha.
Especially Tabitha. But
okay,
just saying,
because that's my business.
What else has been going on?
Sha'Carri.
Girl. I have mixed feelings.
Sha'Carri.
I have mixed feelings.
So if you feel some type of way,
Richardson, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you no, the other stereotypical last name. Okay.
He's just thinking about Serena. That's all.
Man,
what's your name? Williams Jackson. Whatever it is.
Shout out to Serena. Get well. No, real talk, man. She fucked the Bernini, and that's the greatest of all time in my book. Shout out to Serena real quick. Just want to send her some positive vibes. Right. Get well.
Yeah.
Get well.
But to your girl Sha'Carri.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but honestly, I feel like...
Well, let's tell the people, if you don't know, now you'll know.
Yes, Sha'Carri Richardson, the U.S., nominee... winner to be elected to go to the Olympics. She tested positive for marijuana on her most recent drug test, but pretty much she came out on social media taking accountability for it and speaking to the fact that her biological mother had recently passed and that she used that as a mechanism to cope and just be like a stress reliever or whatever. And it's just saying she's human and hopefully people understand, but personally, I'm just like, you knew what time it was. You knew what you're supposed to do. Just like everybody else in business and whatever
post
sports,
office,
everything. Everybody knows, okay, you mess around, business is business and pleasure is pleasure. You knew now it was time for business, even if, people are out here in the public eye and everything and go through all kind of life changes. You know what I'm saying? Losing their parents, losing their kids, whatever. But, that doesn't give you an excuse to, go do whatever and then be like, oh, but my bad, I was hurting. Everybody has their ways that they, get over pain. But I feel like...
Unfortunately, the rules will still apply whether you have pain in your life, somebody dies, whether you have a baby, whatever it is. The rules that go with that job or that circumstance still apply to you, because at the end of the day, whether somebody would have got pregnant and it was a celebratory blunt, or your mother died and it was a I'm gonna miss you and I'm sad blunt, a blunt is still a blunt, and you still can't smoke weed before you go to the fucking Olympics. So and the people that are saying oh, but it's legal in all these states and okay, it's legal in all those states, great, but guess what, the Olympics, which is still a job, is nah. Just like the post office is nah. Just like every other place that's you have to test clean. Mandated. You have to test clean, then you have to test clean. And if the motherfucker's trying to work at wherever can figure out, oh, I can't smoke weed for a month, and you're going to the Olympics, why do you think, not to mention... You're a black girl with all odds stacked against you in general. They're waiting for a reason, even though all the black girls all the girls she's running against are all black anyway. So whether or not she wins, we in this thing. But the point is, you think all them other girls aren't gonna piss clean?
Right. But see, then they had all those other things, because then people compared it to Michael Phelps, which I think is completely
He got kicked
stupid,
out.
But
didn't he get kicked out?
But he didn't have a dirty pee test.
What did he do?
There was a picture
of
him
he got
hitting
caught
the bomb.
doing it.
No, there was a picture of him hitting the bomb. So it wasn't really it told you in context when it was, but it was just
but that's a bad look for the Olympics, and that's just proof that you did it.
But it wasn't, but they're saying oh, Michael Phelps, but he just had drama because the photos surfaced during his hot time.
Yeah.
It wasn't proof that he did it right then. He wasn't in his Olympic warm-up suit.
But did he get piss test?
Nah.
That's what I'm saying.
He never got pee test.
So she just failed a test.
Yeah, she failed a test. He didn't. He just had a picture exposed.
Right.
But people are comparing that as well, they let him get away with it because he's white, which I get it. Okay, we know racism exists.
But he didn't get away with it if he didn't get to continue doing what he was doing.
I think he said he got suspended for 6 months or something like that. But he did get to finish that Olympic round or whatever.
That Olympic
whatever.
round.
And that was during the Olympics. That wasn't the pre where we can still be like, just kidding. And now you're already here.
The photo still wasn't like, oh, it was on such and such date. There was no like timestamp. There was no way to prove it. It was just like, we know you do it.
Yeah.
So then it was just like on high alert. But it's like, to compare those two, I don't think it's any comparison. And especially, I hate to sound like this person, but it's one of those situations where I feel like people are trying to use that black card.
Yeah, and it's not. It doesn't apply.
It's not, because at the end of the day.
Wait.
Look.
I want to hear you. I want to hear you.
What my black brother? Go.
No, I want to hear you down.
I hear you.
JP
See, because I feel a little indifferent. Like, I'm a little 50-50. I'm a little 50-50 about it, first of all. Let's make that clear. Okay. However, if I was to lean to a direction, I'm not mad at her. I just need to know two things. How did you smoke?
Why?
Because that shit matters when it comes to the piss test. And how you could clean your system a little bit quicker, and how you can, like, do some type of detox.
Clearly she wasn't thinking about that. Clearly she didn't do any of that. So why should I feel bad?
So I'm not feeling bad. I don't feel bad about it. I'm just saying, like,
you say you're 50-50, that's why.
Let me put you on some game real quick. So, because I support you for
you feel bad because she was uneducated in her decisions.
She didn't know no better.
You feel bad that nobody was like, bitch, drink some cranberry.
If you're going to do this shit, flush your system as you do it.
Yeah.
Do not smoke no blunts. Do not no cigar, tobacco products, none of that. Your ass got to run anyway. You need your fucking lungs. And I'd educated her about the importance of having, like, clear lungs. But honestly, I understand this because this is what a lot of people are missing. We are not in that woman's life, first of all, on a professional, athletic level. Even if it's collegiate on the way to the Olympics, you got to understand how big this shit is.
Right.
So the loss of your moms, that is your fucking support. I don't know what the background is, but I'm pretty sure that was a huge support system. You lose that shit going into this shit, hell, y'all want to smoke. I'm going to get high.
That's fine. You should have had to clean pee or cleanse your system or whatever.
That's why the 50-50.
You're too up there to be slipping like that.
I mean, but at the same time, they giving her time to go ahead and pass another test, right? So
yeah, they gave her a month, but they're still making a big they're making an example out of her, but they're still gonna let her run. Now, if she pisses dirty again, I'm through.
Now, if she pisses dirty a second time, I'm just gonna be like,
I'm still sad.
I mean, but see, also, I wanna highlight this too, because I know that we're not talking to NBA, but it's a lot of NBA players that have come out and shit that they suffer from depression, and they brought light to that shit. We need to add that to the mix. We know that idea or that topic is gonna come, so I think that during this time frame, whoever's in her ear, who's ever been in her corner, just get at her about the things that she could do.
Yeah.
Outside of getting blazed, man. If cannabis is going to be a resort, we're going to find a way to help you do it so you don't get caught. But you can't treat her like a boxer or a professional fighter where you got to test clean every so often before the fight leading up to the main event or whatever it is. And just put her on some shit like that. So that way she can educate herself as to when to and what not to. Because I understand where you're coming from. You got to know what time it is at the same time.
Yeah, and that's
it's
the point.
It's time for me to go get this bonus check. I'm not finna go out here and function the night before and get on the field the next day thinking I'm finna go be superstar Joe Schmo. No, it's not gonna work like that. But if we could just get her somewhere to understand, like, okay, the loss of your mom, we can find ways to help you cope with that. Get your little therapist.
But that goes back to black mental health,
and it goes back to the people that are on her team and the people that are controlling what she's got going on don't have her best interest at heart and aren't going to protect her like you would a professional athlete on an NBA level or something like that, because she's a black woman. Yeah. She's in track and field. She's young. She got nails. She got orange hair. All that other shit that makes them not want to defend her and back her up. But I still feel like, back to what you said about her mom and like we're not in her position and blah, blah, blah. You're right. She wasn't. Who knows what she went through? I couldn't imagine losing a parent or a parent figure while I'm trying to transition my life and traject my life a certain way going into the Olympics. But at the same time, would your mom be like, you just fucked that over for a blunt? Honestly, your mom is sitting there. If your mom was alive, would be there like on some like, yeah, you lost your daddy, or like, yeah, you lost your boyfriend, or yeah, your puppy died. And would you really jeopardize all that if it really came down to it? That's what I'm saying. Like, I get it that like I'm not in her position to feel that, but if the bigger picture is that, I don't feel bad when people, because I've had loss in my family. I went through a very dark time when I lost my grandmother. I didn't go to work, didn't care if I was going to lose my job or not. Could have done all kind of shit. Right. Could have went on a whole nother route because I lost my whole mind, and I was like, nah, because I still got to do what I got to do. And it's not as important as the fucking Olympics. I'm not out here a fucking whole role model for a whole demographic of the world.
Right.
I'm just out here trying to go to work and serve fucking lattes. And I knew don't go that route of whatever it was going to be, whether I was going to drink myself to death or I was going to try some kind of drug or I was going to anything because the bigger picture. And that's just willpower. That's just you. So I don't feel bad. But at the same time, I'm glad, of course, that they're like, come back and piss in a month. Like, it is just weed.
So
it's not it's not like it was meth or it was like
Yeah.
some real drug, because we all know it's just a
But
plant.
see, they have the other girls that
I want to pose this question. Sorry to cut you off, my bad. I just want to pose this question. So the loss of a certain somebody can have different levels of effect. That's what I believe in.
Yeah.
Right? So how do we know that? It could have been anybody else. I highly doubt that this young lady probably would have resorted to that.
What you mean?
She probably had one of those real best friend relationships with her mom and shit. Not to make
Sure.
excuses for it, but
That's what it sounds like, though.
care.
You are, though. You're making. You're saying.
Like,
you're saying that
No,
her.
again, let me be clear. I'm not making the excuses. I just have to. We have to acknowledge that
but
shit.
you
Yeah,
knew what
but
the
you're
assignment
Still
was.
take accountability. This is
Yeah,
where the
you can
50-50
take
comes in,
accountable,
you know what I
but
mean?
you're saying yes, all that happened, but she lost her people. So
Doesn't
you're
mean that's an excuse. That's just for me to understand. Like, I can understand why you smoke the weed, but listen,
That's
you still
an
got a
excuse.
responsibility.
But that's fine. But you still need to know, hey,
you smoke that
I
weed,
did
you're gonna
this.
lose that.
What can I do now? You need to go get some help. You need to
You
figure out
can't
something.
blame the people in her camp for not keeping shit under wraps for her. What if her camp consists of her grandma and her brother?
Right.
You you were like, you need to people
need.
need to find her the resources. That I don't think the best thing to be putting out into the world is like find her resources to cover up some shit she shouldn't do to get into the Olympics. I don't think that's the best route. But she already helped herself by fucking up. She realized, oh shit, I gotta wait a month. Now I gotta make sure that I can't go back into this whatever I have going on because I lost my mom, and now I gotta really keep my shit together, or you out of here.
She gonna piss dirty again and end up on an Oprah interview.
And then it's gonna be, and then what? And then we look dumb as fuck. Then we look dumb as fuck because now it's like, of course the girl with the nails and the orange hair pissed dirty and then pissed dirty again, and now we out here and that's a whole other
maybe
bullshit.
It will bring forth athletic marijuana reform.
That's what we need though.
I mean,
because the weed doesn't.
I'm trying to get to.
The weed doesn't.
I mean, damn, I was trying to be light with it. But
Niggas get faded at the park all day and still play basketball.
Come
like,
on now.
what the fuck is going on?
I got a homie that get out there. He don't even make a shot till he hit a blunt. I'm
Exactly.
Like, damn, your concentration got
Exactly.
sharper or something. Your skills and just can't
Right.
go with his hit. But I mean, I hope this is what I hope happens though. She channels that energy. Some of it might not be positive. Some of it might be like whatever.
Yeah.
Channel that shit into your craft.
Yeah.
Get on that track. Just bust. That's your emotions right there. You go out there and you beat.
You be the best
beat
that
the
you
other
are,
women
and
that's
like
out
you've
there,
been doing.
and you be the best that you are, and you show all these motherfuckers that was talking shit about.
Right.
Yo, listen,
Ow.
cannabis is what it's. I mean, it's here. I mean, but
it's
there's
been
responsibilities
here.
that we have to have. We have to hang on to, and just I wish her shit just get wrote. I feel like she's gonna test clean up.
I feel like she is too. No,
gonna
I
test
definitely
clean. This
feel
shit
like
is gonna
she
be
is.
motivating.
And I feel like
Yeah.
it like it's not the excuse, but it's like she only did that because her mom died. It's not like she was
Yeah.
out here like, yeah, I'm smoking on Fridays. It was like, now your mom died, you flipped out, you lost, you slipped up.
I mean,
and
so
you know what
she
I mean?
said, we don't know that.
But I mean, if we're going off of what she
Well, no,
said,
but I'm just saying, I'm not finna be-
if your excuse is that you smoked because your mom
Yeah.
died, we're gonna assume it was the day of the service because we all know what happens at funerals in our community. Niggas are fucked up. So
It's the after.
It's the after. So she was probably beyond fucked up on the day of the service. Probably had to piss, and knowing fucking who knows, they knew her mom died. They probably piss test her on purpose. I'm not even going. I don't care. Come for me. I feel like they probably did
See,
because the gas
That's when you
company
need your ex.
will piss test you after every holiday.
Or a little cousin.
But I'm
when
saying
they're
is that
pissed for you.
them companies will piss test knowing
Yes.
the day after
Yes.
that you're gonna piss dirty. They know 4th
Yeah.
of July is a high risk, New Year's, all that shit. So who's to say that they were like, oh, the service is on Saturday, we're gonna piss test her on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Just to make this
Oh,
a
yeah.
situation. I don't doubt that either. But at the same time, I feel like, given you made it all the way this far, you probably did only do this because your mom passed away.
Right,
And next
right.
time, you probably will piss clean.
Yeah.
We're just going to hope that she
But see,
does.
they had those two
I'll call your
there's
little
two
cousin in
African
there.
girls that
He's
they
working for you.
disqualified because they said that their testosterone hormone was too high.
Huh? Wait, what?
There's two African girls that are getting disqualified because it says that their testosterone level is too high. And then there's also another. That's why people were just saying like the discriminatory acts.
Oh yeah, because there's a trans woman too that they won't let run either because they said the same
And then
thing.
they also there's a company, a UK company that made a swim cap for African American women or women with natural hair.
Called Soul Cap.
It's pretty much just has a larger bulb or dome at the top, and they revoked it saying
it doesn't.
It's not the natural shape
form
of the head. Yeah, and so it's like
all that shit even matter?
Because it's supposed to hold your hair down, and I guess if we have more cap on our head to hold our hair, it's going to cause us to be faster in the race, and then we're going to win because we got a cap on our head.
They're worried about us dragging 10 pounds of hair and still beating your ass.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Worried about.
That's what it is.
Because 10 pounds added to you in the water will slow you down if I'm not mistaken.
But why are you worried while I'm swinging here and beating y'all? But see, that's what it is.
That part.
Right.
That shit interesting to me.
But anyway, y'all want to talk about that? Call in, or y'all can hit us on the on our page or on the
323
DMs
815-42.
Okay, so what I want to get into now is something.
We're gonna switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna switch it up now. Something that JP and myself were actually talking about. Well, he had posed this question.
I don't know.
And I was in co-host form / friend form, and I'm like, well, let me give him my response. So we had a talk about it. So I just wanted to bring it up in here too.
I'm scared.
But I don't know. Do you want to? I'm gonna let you pose your own question.
Let's see if I can remember exactly how I worded it. You know what I mean?
You don't even remember what he said.
No, I do remember what he said.
Okay.
Exactly
like,
how I worded it.
How you worded it.
But pretty much, it's like this. Sometimes, ladies, y'all do things like you tell a brother that you got a lot going on. And sometimes that's unclear. So when you say you have a lot going on, is that just giving a man an easy way out? Is that just like a shell of what you really want to tell him? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or are you just going to like continue to lie and cap about it? That isn't exactly how I worded it, but that's pretty much what I was alluding to. If y'all follow me on the gram, y'all would have seen that one.
323-815-4204.
Yeah, it was on his story. Call in. It pretty much was
Let
like,
me find it so I can get it.
What does it mean when a woman says,
there we go.
I got a lot going on?
Bingo.
Am I supposed to answer?
Oh, no. You was definitely. This is for you too.
That's what I answer. So I'll say your answer and then I'll tell.
Oh yeah, because you guys already talked about it. Had a whole conversation about it.
On his story.
I
responded, and then we were like, shut up. We gonna talk about this later.
Okay.
Right.
So
can I ask you the question since I got it?
Yes, say it.
Oh, you do have it. Okay.
So, ladies, when you tell him that you have so much going on, are you telling him a shell of the truth? Or is that like a cat and wait to avoid being solid about what's really going on?
I think it's a little bit of both because if I want to let you down without hurting your feelings, I might say I have a lot going on because I don't have time, because then that's just a nice way of being like, I don't have time for this. But also you could have a lot going on and not want to tell him you have a lot going on, because a lot going on can mean I work a lot. It can mean I got hella niggas. It can mean I got one nigga that I don't know what's going on. So there's a lot going on. It could literally be because people that really are busy sometimes really don't have time for you.
They don't have time
so I really think it just depends on like the situation, because I personally don't say I have a lot going on unless I have a lot going on for real, which means you don't fit, and that doesn't necessarily mean I got all this dick everywhere. That just means I have a lot going on, like between my job, between maybe the one dick I have, maybe between all of my jobs or whatever I'm doing. Like I just don't have time to put you in the mix. Yeah, 100%. But I feel like if my shutdown is like my ultimate shutdown is I have a boyfriend. I will run that till the ground. Oh, you got a husband? Yup. He in the car.
That's classic.
I don't say that.
Nah, I started standing in my solidarity.
If they ask.
And no, I'm not. I'm single. And no, I don't want your ass. Period. Because I seen something that read about like you lying about having a boyfriend is like not standing in your boundaries, kind of like you're making it like no, I'm not available, so leave me alone, as opposed to like
I'm not interested in you.
Yeah, it creates a different dialogue for the way you're addressing it, as opposed to just being like nah, you know. So I was like, okay, nah. But of course, I still have used I got a boyfriend.
Yeah,
you got a boyfriend? Yep. But that's just because it's like the easy, especially if you've already assumed it, then let's just run with it. Yeah, I do have a boyfriend. Toodles.
Because I think trying to say I have a lot going on as to covering up who I really am isn't really a good cover up, because saying I have a lot going on, well, what do you have going on?
Period. So yeah, if you're a good woman, if you're the woman of the percentage of women that are working, maybe got a kid to take care of, maybe they're taking
actually
care of a family member,
stuff going on.
But sometimes those good women, I feel like I got a lot going on means there's a lot of drama, and I don't know you like that, so I'm not prepared to necessarily explain all of that to you. Or she ain't shit and she has too many niggas. Or she might not be that much ain't shit. She just
probably
niggas
got
in
too
rotation.
Many niggas, and then she don't know what to do with you.
And she doesn't want to put you in there. And so she's like, hold on for the rotation.
That you know, I got a variety of responses on shit like that. I got the ones that, you know, were, oh, well, when I say I have things going on, I actually have something going on.
You got offended, huh?
No, I didn't. I look at that as
I'm saying she got offended. I was like, I really am busy.
I feel attacked.
Yeah.
I don't think she really got offended. I think she was just kind of appalled that I would put that and thinking that, you know, me and her had an understanding. But it's like, I mean, we're friends. So it's just like, okay, well.
Yeah.
But, you know, there are some women out here who will use that shit as cap. And I really wanted to get the reason why behind that.
They're not going to out themselves.
No, but I had two people who were very honest about it.
I outed them.
It's just simply because they feel like the guy can't handle the truth, so they rather just, you know, use that as the excuse. And I support that. Surprisingly, I support that because some people just can't handle that shit.
Most of the time
I get why you do it. However, when you got a person that is very aware and in tune with shit like that, you know that he is very in tune, just be open. You never know where to get you. Honestly, you might have the best relationship with this person.
I'm so confused.
See, but I feel like the reason why is because dudes they hate feeling like the lesser man.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like,
you know,
well, what you mean? Like,
right.
They're like, okay.
So you got a lot going on?
Yeah.
Oh, so you want to fuck with me, but you want to fuck with this nigga though?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So then they're like, oh, well,
I see how
he weak. I seen him at the gas station talking to Big Booty Judy the other day. And he's like, you know?
It be to the point where ones will like really consider, I'm about to block her, fuck her, man. I ain't call her, I'm about to delete the number, but you know the number by heart in your head, bro. Like something gonna change and shit. But you know, it's
I'll
just,
let my exes.
Shout out to them.
Shout out.
I mean, but it's
y'all
just,
watching.
You know, that question to me was just one of those where I kind of wanted to learn too myself as a man. Just because sometimes, you know, dudes, we overthink shit. We kind of can like
y'all do.
Know.
Some of us do.
I was like, y'all be overthinking. I be
do.
feeling like y'all don't. Y'all be underthinking sometimes.
I feel like
certain
men definitely overthink because they're trying to, I mean overthink in a good way.
Right.
They're overthinking because they're like, I want to be this level of whatever.
Yeah.
And the ones that overthink in a negative way is because they're overcompensating for something that they're missing.
Right.
Or they're insecure.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, what about this? What about that? Because you're worried about something.
Not sizing up.
Yeah. And you know, but the ones that are really like, and you can tell when men are overthinking for good reasons and you have good intentions behind your worry, where you're like, is she gonna like this? Am I gonna be there on time? Is this the right color?
Yeah.
Is this whatever? Or like, is this gonna be okay? And then there's the like overthinking of like, it's gonna be hella niggas there. It's gonna be niggas in her face. It's gonna be motherfuckers there. They're gonna be looking at her. She looks good, but they gonna be. And then it's like, whoa, what if we don't?
Man,
what?
I don't want to go out with her tonight, man. She gonna have all these niggas on her. Man. I hate when niggas be on my man. Niggas be on my man. Like,
you
bro,
sound like somebody crying right now.
Bro, look, check it
so
out,
many
bro.
things to say.
Look, so many things to say just to that.
So many things to say about that, but it's on a whole different subject, which I think we're gonna get to pretty soon because I want to talk about the new show I started watching. But we gotta finish. Do you have any more? Or was that our question, or did you have two questions this week?
Well, I can ask you guys something else too. So what's the craziest way that you found out someone that you were talking to or potentially interested in was in a relationship?
Ladies first. Mama told me to be a gentleman, so I'm gonna let her go, man.
Smeared off all my makeup.
Interesting.
I almost wiped all my eyebrows off on camera, you guys. I don't know which camera would have got it, but they was finna be gone because I almost lost it.
He came to her face.
Woo!
Oh.
I forgot that we were sitting here. You said I started laughing so hard. I'm not even gonna front. I was like, wait a minute, we're okay. And I have to go first? You got to go first. He didn't say which lady.
No, he said ladies first, I.e. you.
Okay? Okay. The craziest way I found out...
It could be random, funny, I guess.
No, I mean, okay. Well, the one that stands out the most, I guess, of my previous years, back in my heyday, I should say, was when I was dating this girl who told me that she had a best friend. She already knows what I'm talking about. And she had a best friend, and long story short, she told me when we first started dating that she had a really close friend who they used to club together, and she was like, she knows she's Caucasian-esque. I'm not gonna say her actual ethnicity, but she's Caucasian-esque, and she knows all the people at the doors or whatever, and like she's a promoter, so like I'd be clubbing with her because she's my best. It'd be like if me and her, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I was like, cool, you got a BFF, whatever. And at that time, me and Jocelyn was still in college, so we weren't really like tight like we are. I was with somebody else, and she very much compared their relationship to me and that girl, because that was like my best friend at the time. And it went from this is my best friend to my best friend likes me to and this is all in the matter of like 2 months. I figured all this out, where it was like your best friend is now, you go out with her because she's a promoter and you want to party with her, to she likes you, so she lets you in the club for free and like gets you in, to like, oh well, we used to date but it didn't work out, but she still likes me, to we live together. No. We're broken up, and I'm trying to get away, and it gets worse. So all that happened real fast, and in the midst of finding all that out, this girl behind my back is on drugs. Then goes to rehab, is getting her shit together. In the process of rehab, her therapist is like, you got a girlfriend? Well, you have a bitch at home and you got a girlfriend, and your girlfriend doesn't know what's going on, and she doesn't even know you're in this program. You need to come out, and that's like one of the steps. So then she comes and tells me, and then I'm like, holy shit. So then, me being the Pisces that I am, I'm like, so am I supposed to stay with you and like work this out, or am I supposed I can't leave you in your time of need? And then I found all of that out to find out she was in a relationship and was a fucking drug addict. And then I got into a fight with the girl.
Right, I'm like, why are you leaving out the best?
Because it didn't have anything to do with the question that was. So they were together, and then she was like, okay, we're not going to be together, but I got to go get my mail. And I was like, okay, bye. And she was like, come with me. And I was like, bitch, why? And she was like, because I want you to ride with me. I can ride in the carpool lane because it was in the valley. Oh, shit. And then she's like, I have to get this carpool giving out details and shit. Okay. And then she's like, ride with me.
815
Nah, it was in North Hollywood. And so then we ride over there, and she had like a truck, and so I'm sitting in the passenger seat, just like looking in the mirror, whatever. And I see my girlfriend walking towards me and with the mail, and she like goes to get in the car, and in the same moment that this bitch is getting in the car, her girlfriend's on the other side of the car pressed up against me, because I got one leg out. I'm literally like this. I have one leg out of the car and one leg in, and she's in my face. And then I'm not a fighter, you guys. I know I'm loud and all that, and I talk shit, but like I don't fight. I just sound like this.
It's peaceful.
And so she was all in my face, and one thing I'm not gonna do is hit you first, because I'm gonna let you piss me off by fucking touching me, and then it's all over. Right. So she's talking all her shit in my face or whatever, and then she punched me in my face.
Damn.
She just punched me square in my nose. I felt like Marsha Brady when she gets hit with the football.
Shut up.
And my initial reaction in that moment, plus don't come for me because it was 10 years ago. I'll beat your ass right now. But she hit me in the face. She punched me in the face, and I went, oh my God. And I didn't do anything. So I found out that my bitch had a bitch already and got punched in my face, and that she was a crackhead. And that's my craziest story.
That shit. That is.
There was a lot of layers, and I wasn't trying to talk that long, but like that was wild.
That's a whole like 3 episodes.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, cause she over here waiting for the fight, and then she's like, "Why you trying to leave it out?" And I wasn't trying to talk about it because I was like, "That's not in the question posed." Was how did I find out that they had somebody else? And that's how I found out over span of time, and then I knew it was really real when I got punched in the face.
That's what I'm saying. The punch in the face was
That's why I knew.
Oh, she's real.
Yeah, because I'm like, they were fighting or whatever, and I was like, they could be fighting about anything, but when she got up in my face and asked me, how does my pussy taste? I said, oh, this is real. And then she punched me. And then my little 23-year-old self was like, I promise. Because she's like, you fucking my bitch. What do my pussy taste like? And I said, what?
Oh, my God. That to you?
To me.
I ain't even gonna lie.
I'm telling you, it's
it's
not a proud moment. But then what was good though is that my girl, she while she's in my face, it was like I got punched. My girl hit reverse on the car, so the door was open. And it hit old girl, so she stumbling hit the ground. I slammed the door and we took off. This bitch followed us down to 101.
So she jumped in her car.
She jumped in her car
and caught up. Oh,
she followed us. She followed us.
No,
she followed us from the 101 to the 405, and then she got off and she went back home, and then was blowing up the phone.
It's one of them.
She probably got lost.
It's one of them Zola stories.
No, and then it's a lot.
It's
a lot. And then I be seeing her at the beach. She be looking at me like, "Bitch, you don't want to punch her face?" Yeah, that's me. Hi.
That whole story should be like a 10 episode.
So we don't have enough time for it, but that was my crazy story, guys. She was a crazy story.
Sorry, the crazy story.
It's Jocelyn's fault.
My shit was simple. I met a chick. We was cool. I knew she had a relationship. Long story short,
mine was long.
You know, he in the army and shit. And apparently she was trying to get away from him. And she was telling me all these things she would like to do. And, you know, I took it as, okay, you fuck with me because she was sending me some photos. I'm like, oh, you know, okay. But I knew where my mind was. And I'm like, I'll try it. You know, sure enough, this motherfucker hit me ASAP. Yo, you know, I wish I could find the messages.
He hit
what?
You?
He
you
did?
My wife. Huh, your wife? What? The bitch got a ring? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. You got a ring? Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Then he just, you know, he did some like, you know how Liam Neeson was on Taking About It.
Nigga.
I'm gonna find you.
He was like that. I'm
You
like,
got
look, man,
Jason Bourne on the phone.
Usually I would be on your head for pressing me for not pressing her.
Right.
But in this particular case, you are a trained motherfucker.
You are a trained killer.
With a certain set of skills that a nigga like me
and you have access to things that I don't.
Yeah. So check this out, partner. Look, with all respect, sir. I'm out of here, man.
Sir.
I salute
Thank you for your service,
sir. We appreciate all you motherfuckers. Look, on Veterans Day, you will get a thank you card for sparing my life. For not smashing your wife. Check this out. And real talk, that was just, it was just, that shit was crazy. I'm just like, damn, social media. And it's like, it's crazy. Like,
I don't trust shit on social media. Tell the rest of your story before we get on a tangent, because I felt myself going on a tangent about social media when he said that. Tell yours.
Yes, tell us your story.
Yes, tell us yours. Because
Well,
I'm like, who's it about?
Mine happened many moons ago. It was actually a 4th of July some years past.
4th of
Me
July.
and this guy, he's a low-key joint. He's a known Los Angeles joint.
He a joint.
Oh, shit.
He's a local Los Angeles joint.
He's local?
And, yeah, he's a local Los Angeles joint.
He's local as fuck.
He's on Instagram?
He on the other side of this goddamn hill.
He hella local.
Oh, yeah?
So he was a local Instagram joint. He
that
a
too.
local Instagram
That too.
joint too. Yeah,
That too.
He one of them too.
When the last time y'all talked?
He actually spotted us outside my house the other day.
And he didn't know which one of us was which.
Yeah, he gonna say, no, do you know what he said? I'm happy to see y'all still together. Like, dude, we ain't in no relationship. Who says that? We sitting there like,
it's because he saw me and didn't know who I was, but knew he knew me, and then saw her, and then
I come
was
down
like,
the stairs, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was weird. But no, okay, back to the we only got a little bit of time. Tell your story.
Sad. Yeah. It was 4th of July, you feel me? We were at my friend's house. Long story short, we were like, hey, feeling each other. But this was kind of like a build-up from times past. So
right.
This was it, whatever. So we like, yeah, whatever. We were at my friend's house. We were like, nah. I'm like, this ain't happening here. So we go to his house, right? He's like, all right, come on. Stay with my cousin, blah, blah, blah. We do the we all everything. I'm there like situating my life. You know, I had just like slicked the baby hairs back down, like, you know, got it all together, whatever. As I'm situating my purse, here comes said female walk through the door.
Said cousin roommate
with another said female stud bitch. Pardon, because I don't know your names individually. And I'm like, mind you, he sleep on the other couch.
How the fuck does that look? Oh my gosh.
So I'm there like, oh. Then he's like, she's like, what the fuck? Or like, who's this? Or like something. And I'm like, oh, I was just leaving.
She's like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
He like, man, she just came and brought me some shit. Like, what? And I was like, oh, yeah.
Here you go. Yeah, I brought you this water that's half open.
I was like, oh, yeah. And then I was just like, oh, well. He was like, man, why you tripping? Waking up off the couch and shit. But I'm on another couch, right? So the door's on the other side of the room. So I'm like, but mind you,
bolt to the door.
These bitches are like, they like 5'1", you feel me? They like, both of them is probably my size put together.
I was like, you're only 5'3" or 5'4".
Yeah, but they were half my size and short. So both of them, I was like, whatever. And the other one, the little stud that was there, she didn't want no smoke. Like, I could just tell there was no smoke wanted.
Yeah.
So I was
It was more like a dang.
Oh, no.
Like,
what I really felt bad about was I felt like this wasn't the first time this happened.
Yeah.
That's the reaction that I got.
Because she didn't react like, bitch, what the fuck? She reacted like, damn,
she acted
again.
like
another one.
Yeah.
So I'm
who's
like,
this one this time?
Right. What's her name?
So I'm like,
At least she doing her hair though.
And then I go like
at least
this.
she slicked them back.
At least this one cute.
I go and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean disrespect. If bitch looked at my hand, I said, oh well.
No, I'm not shaking your hand.
If I never was so happy that I pay attention to how you get up in some place and get out, I was like left, right.
Out of there. Out of there.
I was gone.
Out of there.
So flash forward, she coming to pick me up. I come out the house.
This was like 2 weeks ago.
There's a car pulled up next to her, and they're kind of like this. I'm looking like, they pulled up on her.
Right.
So I was like, who she seen? I'm coming down. I start realizing who it is. I'm like, oh.
I don't realize who it is, though. When he pulls up on the side of me, she's at her house, so I'm solo. And I'm just looking like, the fuck, because I'm mean. Who the fuck's pulled up on the side of me? And then I see his little face, and I'm like, and I can't register who it is. I'm like, why do I know this face? And then his hair was different. So I'm looking like, he's looking like, expecting me to be like, hey, like I fucked. So I'm over here like, hi, like, hello? And then he's
allegedly.
like, yeah, whatever. And then he's, look, you said you did the do bitch, so it doesn't matter. You already said it. So I'm looking at him like, the fuck are you cheesing at me for? Like, what the hell? And then by that time, she's in his eye shot. So then I think he did a.
No, he does one of these, like where he's like, oh shit.
And then he doesn't, like, oh. Because the kicker is that. We're just gonna say the kicker is that prior to them doing the do and them having that moment, he was trying to holler at me.
I was just finna say that's exactly what that was.
This was in Carbon Days, boo. So this was Carbon Days. So he was trying to holler at me. I had a lot going on. I had a lot going on at that time. No lie. I had a nigga.
So then she said,
oh,
here you go. Here you go, bitch. And you go get like, that. So then, so when he saw us, and it was such a close time proximity, I'm like, when he saw us both, he's over there. Who did I smash? I know he did it.
Look,
I know.
I'm gonna give this little bit of game. When he pulled up, it was on it, and then he got the little. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I know. I did. Damn. They cool. I was going to say.
No, that's what he said. No, he gonna say, I'm happy to see y'all still together. We were like,
hey, but that's not even what he meant. He meant that as like to see y'all still friends, but he was probably
so thrown and he didn't know who he smashed. I saw it in his eyes.
Yeah, we saw it.
He did not know.
Because I'm sitting there and I'm like, he don't know who
he don't know who it is. Because he was trying to holler at me and I passed him to you. Because I had a lot going on, like I said, back in the day.
That's crazy,
so,
bro.
Anyway,
you gotta remember where you put your
you gotta remember which best. You gotta remember which best friend you remembered.
Where you, put your parts, man.
You gotta remember. But shout out to him for it. I don't know if he's watching, but shout out to him because it was a great story.
Right.
But yeah, so
goes down in the books.
That's that.
It does. I'm not mad.
It's a story.
It is.
I mean, I had a crackhead.
West.
And you had somebody's boyfriend, and you had somebody's wife.
I had
No, next time
episode.
we need to just.
Because I promise she said that was her dude, and she was trying to just leave him.
Of course,
because wife.
She didn't want you to think she was an army wife, and her nigga was out here representing the country, and she was out here trying to get other dick.
She wouldn't have got shit from me.
She was not.
America.
She wasn't trying to look like. What I don't understand. Oh, never mind. We don't have time.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
You guys, thanks for tuning in with us. We've been gone for a while, so we appreciate you being here. We'll be back 2 weeks. Same time, same place. Wednesdays at 7. Follow us on social medias. All social medias at You Got 15 Minutes. Thanks for being here. Stay safe, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys. Peace out.
Stay positive, man.
Yes, wanting to go in the building.